just want to thank you all for having me here. I also want to remember and thank this land, which is colonized indigenous land, for holding us, for holding these stories, for all the stories that are left to be told. I'm not really like a slammer, more of like a storytelling artist, where I want you all to pretend that you're sitting under a tree somewhere. And also I also want to say that I will be talking a little bit, well, themes of sexual assault and colonization and violence are just kind of a thing that are woven, a thing that's like woven through my poetry and my work. I think it's important to bring politics and power and sacredness and sanctity, power and sacredness and sanctity, yeah, to the space. Woo! But if ever anything discomforts you, upsets you, I invite you to do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself, excluding punching the performer or anyone else. Take a breath of air, go to the bathroom, come and talk to me afterwards. I'm always happy to talk about my work. Yeah. And also just if we could save any clapping that you may be inclined to do, not for my poem, but I have great hair, until the end. Yeah. Yeah, 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 child, 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 child of color, child of color, child, look to the moon, I'll come for you, we'll run away, we'll run away, we'll run away, wait, tonight. This is a generic, angry spoken word poem. It is a poem of color and quite possibly a lesbian. It is tired and dirty, and there are poetry professors out there, editors and professors who would say it is not a poem at all. It is not a real poem. It is too angry, too political, and too direct. It is too tired and too hungry. It has too many children to be a real poem. It is sweaty, it smells kind of bad, it's not wearing shoes, and truth be told, it doesn't really want to be here right now. But then, it wasn't given much of a choice. But this angry, loud, political spoken word poem wasn't always so loud and angry and spoken word. It used to be just a cute little poem that lived on the edge of Poetry Town, took piano lessons from an old Ukrainian poem whose house always smelled like cabbage. And it would go home to its little poetry house on the edge of Poetry Town and read poetry fashion magazines and dream of the day and dream of the day and dream and dream of the day that it would walk silent and sylph-like and thin, slender and beautiful and silver gossamer metaphors made from broken words falling like angel feathers bloodstained, angel feathers bloodstained, angel feathers falling from the heavens. But truth be told, this little poem was kind of chubby. It had the wrong skin tone for gossamer metaphors, and it had all the wrong body parts. And no one ever said it was pretty, which is like the same thing as not being pretty. Am I right? 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 Am I right?
Yes!
This little poem, therefore, grew up into an angry, acne-ridden teenage poem, and it spent all of its time locked in its room, and it fell in love with celebrity poems, mostly white celebrity poems. Beautiful white celebrity poems written by people like Yates, and it would lie in its bedroom, maybe touching itself a little, repeating to itself over and over, over and over, over and over, that dolphin torn, that gong tormented sea, that dolphin torn, that gong tormented sea, that dolphin torn, that gong tormented sea, as though those words could be a poem, as if God could be a poem, as if poetry could be a prayer, as if poetry could make things happen, yes, as if poetry could make things happen, as if poetry could make things happen, as if poetry could make things happen. And then this little poem met another poem. An ironic love poem. This ironic love poem was so annoying. It wore these stupid clothes from the 80s and glasses it didn't need. It made jokes about birds and TV shows that no one watches. And it was goofy and funny and pretty and, you know, kind of cute. So this little poem fell in love. And fell in head over heels and fell in love and fell in head over heels and head over heels and head over heels and head over heels. Because that's what love sounds like, right? This little poem spent time with the other poem, and they went to beautiful origami gardens made of paper flowers floating in the vast frigid emptiness of intertextual space, and everything was just like transcendent and like immaterial and like amazing. And for just one moment things were like, okay, you know, like okay, you know, like okay, you know, like okay, like I might be pretty, you know, like I might be pretty, you know, like I might be pretty, you know, like I might be pretty, 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 pretty. You know, like okay. Until, you know, the day that this little poem took its little heart in its little hands and kissed the ironic love poem on the lips, and the ironic love poem wrinkled its elegantly ironic nose and said, I'm really sorry, I'm just, like, not into poetry of color. So this little poem took a hike. This little poem went walking. This little poem went uphill and down dale, through bush, through fire, through bush, through flood, through fire. Went walking through the streets, and this little poem saw things and learned things. Saw baby poems running naked in the streets, saw baby poems running naked in the streets, saw child poems whose blood was flowing in the streets, child poems whose blood was flowing softly like children's blood in the streets, and it saw naked poems trapped in glass boxes, trapped in glass boxes, trapped in glass boxes. It saw queer poems with the wrong kind of love stuffed down their throats. It saw poems burning, it saw poems writhing, it saw poems wanting, it saw poems wishing, and this poem became angry. This poem learned to shout. This poem learned to scream. This poem learned to do what it needed to survive. This poem learned. This poem screamed. This poem became angry. And this little poem is still somewhere inside little. This poem is still somewhere inside gentle. This poem is still somewhere inside waiting. This little poem is still waiting. This little poem is still looking. This little poem is still watching for a way out. This little poem wants to be gentle. This little poem wants to be literary. This little poem wants to be pretty. This little poem wants to be enough. This little poem wants to be ready. This little poem wants to be touched. This little poem wants to be touched. 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 This little poem. This little poem. It's an angry, generic, political spoken word poem. It is a poem of color and possibly a lesbian. It has too many children to be a real poem. It is too old to be a real poem. It is tired and sweaty, and truth be told, doesn't really want to be here right now, but hey, y'all didn't give it much of a choice. Once upon a time long ago, there was a land where my people lived free, freedom, freedom, freedom. My people, are you my people? I am waiting for you, my people, for revolution, 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 revolution. Are you my people? Are you my people? Where are you, my people? Oh. Someone told me once that there's a secret river that flows between the heart spaces that flows within the heart of every, there's a secret river that flows beneath the streets of every, a secret river that flows beneath the streets of every Chinatown, in every city, in every place, in every country, in every continent in the world. And it is in this secret river that forgotten names are born. Shadows without bodies, words without tongues, they swirl there, lost in the river of sighs, whispering the secret of their meanings. Bitlin, Kai Cheng, Yao On.